Welcome to the Gen X Journey podcast. Dive into all things important to Gen Xers, from advice on aging parents, expert interviews, product reviews, and heartfelt conversations. So put down the joystick, grab your Walkman, dust off your old yearbooks, and welcome to the Gen X Journey.
Everybody, welcome back to the Gen X Journey podcast. This is Steve, and I'm back with Noel and Keith. How y'all doing, guys?
Good.
Fantastic.
Y'all still rocking and rolling?
I'm on a high. I have been on a buzzing high in a natural way.
Yeah.
High for us. I mean, literally, we're recording this on a Thursday, so it was a week ago.
7 days ago.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you might want to start with what we were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to jump into it. I was just asking y'all to start rock and rolling. Y'all got all goofy on me.
That's different.
Yeah,
it is.
So the guys had the great opportunity to go see Sammy Hagar. I was invited. We had some stuff come up where I couldn't go, but this is the farewell tour. It sounds like they're hanging it up, right, Keith?
I don't know if it's farewell, but I'll tell you what, if it's the last time I get to see him, it's a memory I'll never forget. Let's put it that way. They're getting up there, little mid to late 70s for Sammy. And, it's one of those that I think for many, many years, all of the folks were hoping and dreaming and wishing for a good send off to Van Halen music, especially after Eddie died. Right. And I think that to their credit, Sammy and Michael Anthony, and he talked a little bit about this at the concert, that they just said, we got to stop waiting and just start doing something. And, they invited a couple of really awesome artists, Joe Satriani, who is now my new favorite guitarist after this concert. He was ridiculous. And Jason Bonham, who's, we talked about this in the other podcast. He's the son of John Bonham, the great John Bonham of Led Zeppelin. And so, they had Ray Thistlethwaite, right? This is another guy that's kind of an unknown out of Australia. I think he had the most fun of the whole group. He was supporting in vocals and keyboards and guitar, and I liked the heck out of that guy. He got down and danced the best of both worlds with everybody and just had a great time. So you can tell it's fun to watch a band that knows they're having fun. You get that vibe of they're just having a blast together, and I couldn't have asked for a better day other than the unreal humidity and heat. But other than that, what were your thoughts about it, Noel?
No, it was just such a positive vibe the whole night. I think you're right, Keith. It was the band was just up there having a good time, and the crowd was just joining in with them. And it was we're all the cool thing was a lot of the crowd was Gen Xers, but Keith and I noted a couple people around us that were not Gen Xers. They were much younger.
my next door neighbor, right?
Yeah, the guy right next to you from Japan were big fans, and they were singing all the songs just like we were. And so but it was such a neat experience. And Sammy Hagar, it was funny. I mean, he sang for like 2.5 hours, and on the encore, he came back out and he knew it was like, "Hey, y'all gonna have to help me with this." So I'm pretty shot. It's 150,000 degrees out here, and I'm 76 years old, and I'm just gonna need some help. And
it was funny. I watched a YouTube video about, because it was When It's Love that he came out with in his last song, and it said that. And in the comments, you don't know on these YouTube videos where this is in the concert, and you see a comment with this guy going, "Oh, sad to hear his voice isn't what it used to be." And I'm like, you don't understand. This guy was rocking for almost 3 hours here. He was shot. I don't think that lasted 30 minutes. He was on. I mean, really, of course he got tired at the end, but I thought his voice was strong, and
I did too.
So much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, and those are not easy songs. I mean, he said it. I saw an interview. He said, I didn't think about it when I was writing these songs, that there'd be one day when I'd be, it's kind of hard to sing some of these songs. Like the ranges on some of these is pretty high. And, guys, I didn't think about that when I was writing these, of course, but, he was He was amazing, and Joe Satriani on guitar was just absolutely nuts. It was so neat, and the library of songs they played was so huge, and it was just like one great hit after another after another. We're like, no way they're playing this song. Like, holy cow! But what a neat.
Yeah, Michael Anthony would play some of the David Lee Roth songs. He came up and sang on "Ain't Talking About Love," I think, if I remember right. And they threw out Panama, they threw out Jump, things that I wouldn't expect, Sammy to do, and he didn't care. He just wanted to go out there, and you could tell this was truly for the fans. It was no ego. It was just, I want to get out there and celebrate this music. He did Montrose song, which I don't know. You said you weren't too familiar with that, Space Station Number 5 and those. I wish you would have picked a little bit different one, but that's still a good jam song for Joe, right? Then Joe Satriani did the Satch Boogie, which was one of his solo albums with the I think the I don't know, Surfing with the Alien album, I think is what that was on. And which I misspoke the name of that in the last podcast. So I wanted to make sure I got it right this time. But, and then they did a little Chicken Foot, which Noel, you'd never heard. So Chicken Foot is the, it's those three guys, Joe Satriani and Michael Anthony, and Jason Bonham, but they also have, and Joe Satriani, Sammy Hagar, and Michael Anthony, but they also have Chad Smith of the Chili Peppers as the drummer. So, which it's an awesome. I went on my way home. I listened to Chicken Foot, and I forgot how great the songs were. So, but that was so fun to see all of that, and just like you say, just and another thing that I talked to Noel about that I thought was interesting is the audience. So because we're all older, it was an older audience, arguably on the majority there. And the pulse of the audience was different. There wasn't really ego. There wasn't really this "I look at me" attitude or "I'm too cool." It's like everybody was just like, "I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe," you can just see that like the guys behind me that are these big old muzzlehead dudes, they're like dancing and jumping around like they're like little kids again. And it was just so fun.
That is so true. Everybody was just having a great time. Didn't care. It was just awesome. But,
and that was what made it so fun, is just that happy vibe. Everybody there was happy, and just enjoying each other, high-fiving each other. Somebody would say, "Did you joke? Oh my gosh, listen to how he did that." Everybody's like, "Yeah, what happened?" And it just everybody kind of fed off each other's energy. It didn't care. Like That's I said, awesome. This guy from Japan was probably 28 maybe. And maybe. I mean, and so Loverboy opened, and the guy knew more Loverboy songs than I did. I mean, he's singing and dancing and jumping and to every word singing to it. I'm like, how in the world? And he's like, "I'm from Japan," and they're going to Tokyo next month. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to fly and I'm going to see him again in Japan." I'm like, "What?" They're like, wow. You might be a bigger fan than I am, and you're 28, So it was just a fun audience. It really was.
It was an experience going to see the concert with Keith. I thought I knew a lot about Sammy Hagar and Van Halen, but I know like an eighth of what Keith knows. It was like going to see it with like Wikipedia, just like reading facts.
Wikipedia, absolutely.
It was awesome. Like I got to know a lot about all of it. It added a whole new dynamic to the concert that just made it even that much better somehow. It was just a really, really cool thing. But it was great. Even getting into and out of the venue was easy, and
I couldn't believe how easy that was.
I couldn't either. We ran into the guy in the parking lot that was selling Guns N' Roses t-shirts for whatever reason. Like, what the heck? No, who's playing? It's not Guns N' Roses.
Oh man, that was hilarious. I'm like, what in the world?
Why?
I got the guy behind him's going to be Bon Jovi sales, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it was funny. Guys, I'm happy that y'all had that experience.
We missed you though.
I missed being there. But we talked in a couple episodes about the importance of live music and concerts to our generation, and so perfect timing of that. And of course, we knew that concert was coming, and it got us to thinking before we started this show, because we wanted to recap the Sammy experience and just sort of let the two of you brag about just going to just one of the most amazing concerts ever. But we say, hey, what if we were to put together our top 5 bucket list of concerts we want to attend? So this is for artists that perform today. They're still performing, not that have retired or passed away, or no time machine on this one.
Gotcha.
So it is, we're gonna jam out a top 5 here for a bucket list. So
okay,
who wants to shoot a concert or
I will.
band out there?
You mind if I start?
Go.
So
Go.
to me, the band that I've always wanted to see and have not gotten to see yet is U2.
Yeah.
I would love to see a U2 concert.
Do they still have residency in Vegas?
They do not. They finished their residency. They were they opened that Sphere, and I wished I would have had that chance because that looked amazing.
The Eagles are going to be playing at the Sphere.
That's one that it wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't be bad to see, would it?
Yeah, I checked prices and it got me over going to see that. I was like, don't care to see that.
Pop the old MP3 in. Wow, did I just say that?
Pop the old MP3. Oh, man.
That's a strong start right there, Keith. Noel, who would you toss out there?
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to follow that. I mean, honestly, I want to see Willie Nelson. I love Willie Nelson's music, like his whole everything. Would love to see him perform before he passes, but it's been on my bucket list for the longest time. I've just never done it. So I need to get down to Green Hall or whatever the heck he's going to be playing and go see him. Before he's gone.
Man. Tell you, the day he passes, the state of Texas is going to need a day off.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
It's going to be tough for us.
Yeah.
Yep. Noel stole mine.
But,
so fortunately, I was thinking of a backup, and we talked about it a little bit, I think, in the previous live music episode, but he's still performing, not at the pace that he used to, but I would love to see a George Strait concert.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
I've never had that opportunity, but have y'all seen him before?
I have not.
Okay.
But I tell you that I saw the video of that concert that they did recently in College Station, and it just looked ridiculously awesome, like something that you definitely want to be part of. And definitely would love to see that. I have not had that chance.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
So is it back to me? One?
Yeah, I think that the next one is kind of it's more on the rock and roll side for me, but I'd love to see the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
I'm a big Chili Pepper fan.
They're
probably not the monster, touring groups of some of these others, but I think they're great, and I think they're really good artists. I mean, not only are they, just wild out there, but I mean, you think Flea, the bassist, he started an entire music school in LA, right, for kids, and very talented. All of those guys are a lot more talented than they put themselves off to be, and I think that'd be a cool concert to see. That's just my opinion.
Totally.
This might be where we diverge a little. That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. I think, are we on 5?
5, yep.
Do you have one, Steve? I've got one. If you don't,
I do. But go ahead.
All right, we may have top 6 then.
I've always mentioned.
If I know that I've seen some of these concerts, and I'm like, I don't know if I could ever be that crazy to go to one of them, but I sure love the music. It's Pearl Jam.
Oh yeah.
I've always liked Eddie Vedder. He's kind of crazy, and I think that's part of the appeal is you never know exactly what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
There's I don't know if he's still jumping around and stuff like he used to, and climbing all over the arena and stuff anymore. I doubt he's doing that anymore. But I don't know. I've always been a Pearl Jam fan.
Yeah.
I would just love to see like a combined grunge thing. I know the night after the Hagar concert, the Stone Temple Pilots were there, and I mean, yes, some of these grunge bands have got a lot of new lead singers. So does Alice in Chains, but man, it would be fun to watch some of. I wish they would have like a grunge tour. If they could come up with a grunge tour of like Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Stone
Soundgarden.
Temple Pilots. Yeah, just it would be so good.
Yep.
That's a wish list. I know they're not currently doing that, but to go with that Pearl Jam, I think I would definitely see a Pearl Jam concert for sure. Yeah,
Gosh, totally.
That's our generation, man.
It is.
Yeah. So I'll offer an honorable mention.
Okay.
And because I feel this one is a consummate Gen Xer. It is, a tribute to the wackiness and zaniness of our generation. And I know y'all would go to this concert as well as Weird Al.
Oh, heck yeah.
And
You're going.
And then another honorable mention would go to They Might Be Giants.
Oh man, they were just in Austin, I think last year. I wish I'd have known that. That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. Yeah. Anyway, another one that I would just say that I wished I would have been able to see is Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden. He's got that residency there.
Jeez, man.
I had an opportunity like when we were in college to go see the Billy Joel Elton John combined show. This we've talked about this whole thing about finding that person because of this concert and all, right. That's how I found out originally about those guys that walk around Elton John concerts giving away the tickets. So anyway, that's another conversation. But I'm glad I got to see Elton John, but I wish I would have been able to see Billy Joel, and I think that would be a really, really cool concert to see it, especially the one at Madison Square Garden where he like owns it, I think that'd be so cool. So
it's awesome. We'll always come back to the fact that, music is such, a pivotal and important part of our lives as Gen Xers. And it's, we can talk forever about, we can all pass around an iPod or playlist or whatever, and look, can't wait to hear the next song. It's almost painful to go through the current songs because we can't wait to hear what's next. And and so it's, so many of our camping trips together is usually passing around or suggesting the song or seeing how people react to the song you picked out next or whatever. It's awesome.
So I want to hear what our listeners. We need to do something on Facebook or something and just say what's, I don't know. How do we even go about this, guys? Like, what do we bring up? How do we bring this up?
Yeah, if what would be their top 3 concerts that they would like to go and see, is it the same as ours or is it different? Do you have a particular genre of music that you're, particularly drawn to that we didn't even cover? Like we didn't say anything about reggae or rap or any of those, although I'd love to go to like a reggae concert. I think it'd be a riot, man.
I think so too. That's got some stuff going on.
There was some stuff at our concert. There was
a little ganja.
There was. Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah. You catch a whiff every once in a while. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, the wind would turn. And we're like, oh, okay. green smoke rolling through, but
it was definitely not cologne.
I don't know about you, man, but after the concert, I didn't go to sleep till like 2:50 in the morning. I was so wired, I could not go to sleep.
I had to drive back to West Texas, and I think I got 2 hours of sleep, and I was still so wired it didn't even faze me. I was like vibrating, listening to music all the way home. So
it was quite a high. That's for sure. Not in the literal, but just a
natural high.
Excited. Right? Yeah, it was cool. Anyway,
it was cool. So let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know your top 3 or 5 or 6 or whatever you're excited about seeing. We'd love to share that love to hear that from you and sharing your passions for music. So
maybe we'll learn some new music too. I love doing that too. There's a lot of neat new artists out there. And my son got me hooked on Post Malone recently. And there's some neat new artists out there, and I love discovering that. There's a little disconnect with our generation with some of the new music, but every once in a while you find a diamond in the rough out there, and I've been able to find several. So I'd love to hear other people's perspective of what they're starting to listen to also. So
I think that disconnect was sort of created by the prevalence of auto-tune there for a while with music, and like we're like, what, you can be a crappy singer, but apply an auto-tune and everybody's gonna buy your records.
It's ridiculous.
I think that's where the division probably started right there.
I completely agree. The digitalizing of music instead of the realizing of music.
Yeah.
So but This is good. I'm thanks for letting us visit. I'm glad this was your idea, Steve. Just kind of have a recap, and I'm glad that you let us kind of share the story of this. And I really encourage anybody.
We missed you, man.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there. Good Lord.
It felt weird not having Steve with us, but it was like the three amigos, just two showed up.
That's okay. That just means we're gonna have to do another one. That's all. I was sad
that whole night.
There you go. Yeah, we'll need to go do another one. That's for sure. Maybe not outside in August.
Man, I tell you what, we're gonna do a nice indoor October. I like it.
I'm up for that all day.
Yeah,
and for Steve's sake, it'll be at 4 p.m.
yeah. They would have had to wheel me out to the car after the concert because I'd be asleep.
That's so funny, man.
Well, very good. Well, hey, thank you everybody for listening to this episode. It's a blast. We love music so much. So everybody have a great day. Take care.
Talk to y'all later.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in the Gen X Journey podcast belong solely to the hosts and guests and do not necessarily represent the views or opinions of any entity they are associated with. The information provided is for entertainment and informational purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Listeners are encouraged to seek the advice of qualified professionals for any specific issues they may face. The creators and contributors of this podcast make no representations as to the accuracy, completeness, or validity of any information, and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its use.